So I wanted to talk about air filtration in the studio because I was talking to a client of mine today, and he was telling me that he had this really beautiful recording studio built in his house. I spent a ton of money putting it in and a nice console and that. But he noticed that every time he would go in, he would get sick. He didn't feel good, and he eventually stopped going in the studio, and the studio just became like a big storage room, and it's a gorgeous studio. And then he told me that he finally had somebody look into it, and they found out that there was mold in his ducts, even though he was using a split system for the recording studio. And once they figured that out, they had all the ductwork all replaced and the system all cleaned out, and they got the studio up and running again. And when he went in, he felt great. And his studio, it's small and cozy, and you walk in and you feel inspired to do music. And he said, I couldn't do that, George. He says, and I couldn't understand why. And it was the mold in the air, which is, I mean, it's a health problem, but also you just can't think straight, and you just don't feel right in that room. But once he got it all straightened out, he got the inspiration to do more recordings, and he was just telling me that he has another album in him to record, and that's really good. And I was thinking about that too, and I have a filtration system in my office here, a Dyson, and it has like a little display, and when you turn it on, it tells you what the air quality is in the room, and it's automatic. So if anything happens, it kicks on, and it cleans up the air, and then it just goes into sleep mode. And it's something that a lot of studios don't really take in consideration, the filtration in the studio, because a lot of that stuff just sits there and it builds up dust. And if you get some kind of moisture in there too, it turns into mold. So something to take in consideration when something's not right. Look into that, and they have enough of these filtration systems out on Amazon that you can just buy and put one in your room to monitor your air quality to make sure you're okay. So that was my little story for the day. It's not so much a story, but I think it's good for people to know.